Our family had moved from Northern California to Idaho in the summer of 2005. And when we got up there, we realized our life was a whole lot slower than it had been. And one of the things we did is we went to the NOOMA site and we purchased all the NOOMA videos up until that point. And we would just spend evenings watching them and talking about the different things that came up, how the videos struck us, and it was a really nice point of contact for my wife and I to just kind of talk deeper about life. When we had been there 7 months, my wife suffered a cerebral aneurysm and passed away within a very short period of time. I went to the NOOMA website because it was bookmarked on my favorites, and I just, I didn't really anticipate anything being there. And the Matthew video had just been released in January of 2006, which was the month my wife passed away. And the first line was, "Have you ever lost anybody that meant more to you than anything else in the world?" And I thought, I need to watch this. As I reflected on all of my loss, all of my loneliness, all of my emptiness, I was just really struck with how God orchestrated everything in my life. That, people said, "Why are you moving to Idaho?" And we always said, "We don't know. We just trust God has us here for a reason." And that God took us out of our busy lives where we had church commitments, community commitments, neighborhood commitments. We were busy every night of the week. And He moved us up to Idaho where we really didn't know anybody. And He gave us a very special opportunity. It was as if God said, for the next 7 months, you don't know what's going to happen, but I do. And I need to put you in a place where you can cling to one another, where you can take long walks and you can watch sunsets. And because you don't know it, but I do. I know what's going to happen. And Nancy's not going to be around much longer. God brought people into my life, and when I met Felicia, she had a wonderful walk with God, whether I was there or not. And so that was a really attractive thing for me, really beautiful thing, and a really wonderful foundation for our relationship. And I said, "Look, I'm 47 years old. I don't know how to do this, but would you like to go steady?" To which she replied, "I think I'll finish my soup now."
Well, I had kind of been kicking the idea around about what if, and just thinking, okay, if this were to work, how would it work? And we both came up with the exact same thing: only if God is in it. Because we've got an age difference, a cultural difference. Our kids were such very different ages. He had 2 boys, I had a daughter. It was like, there's no way this is gonna even happen. But we figured that was the only way this would work. And so then I said, okay.
Yeah. One of the real beautiful metaphors for both of us, because of our life experiences, had been the sunrise. We had shared sunrises together. We dated long distance, and so we would talk early in the morning before we got going, and so often we'd be on the phone sharing sunrise experiences together. And so when the NOOMA title Today came out, I popped it in the DVD player and I looked at it and I was like, oh, I love this, because what I had to confront, what Felicia had to confront was, we're still alive. What's life going to look like in the future? So when it ends with this beautiful sunrise and all these people running to this beach setting to watch the sunrise, I was like, this is so perfect, because so much of our connection was that same metaphor for a new day, a new life, and thanking God for the new day, and really, for me, considering Felicia my sunrise, that God has brought me into a new season of life, and she's that to me.